Medyo naka-timing din na maayos si ITEL and naglabas na naman sila ng panibagong smartphone. And this is not just an ordinary smartphone. More of a revival ng mga rugged phones. Pero ibahin mo itong ITEL Power 80. Rugged phone siya pero it's on a whole new level. Pakita ko sa inyo right after this quick intro. So this is the box ng ITEL Power 80. Normally mga box ni ITEL makita mo puti, pula yung print. Pero this time around, iniba niya konti. Medyo may pa shiny pa siya dito. Medyo mala hologram. And andito yung sketch ng Power 80. So meron siyang 2 meter na drop resistance. So buksan natin. Ang sikip. Just the way I like it. So ang nakuha natin is the color green variant. Tundra green. Meron pa siyang dalawang other color, lava orange, and si rock black. Pero I think medyo mas stand out to. Mukha siyang maleta, don't you think? So for the unboxing, meron tayong warranty card. Andito yung ating panundot. Andito yung ating case. Now this is different. Kakaiba siya this time around. Hindi lang siya yung mga jelly case. Ito, may rib pa siya. Tingnan nyo guys. So, kakaiba lang talaga. Charging cable. As well as yung kanyang 18 watts of fast charging brick. Well, actually, hindi siya fast. Parang normal lang para sa akin. So itong ITEL Power 80 na may 4 plus 8 gigs of RAM and 120 gigs of storage. Currently, it's priced at $7,999 and you can even get it lower if you use the link on the description box below or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link para ma-redirect kayo and you can get it even lower. Lalo ko sinamahan ng mga vouchers na galing sa akin normally mga 2,000, 2,200 or 2,500 depende sa pag-allocate sa akin ni YouTube. Now, pag-usapan na natin right now ang kanyang design. Sobra akong natuwa dito sa kanya. Tingnan kanya guys. Oh. Yung kanyang design is more of yung kanyang cage frame na design. Normally, makita mo yung ganitong corners, ganitong edge. Eh, normally sa mga rugged phones lang. Eh, pag sinabi natin mga rugged phones, ang kakapal. Sobrang kapal. Siguro sabi natin 15mm ang kanyang kapal. Halos pa rin pangpokpok sa maulo ng mga tao, ng mga kaaway mo. Eh, ibahin mo tong phone na ito. This one, ang kanyang thickness is just 8.5mm and yet this is a rugged phone. Actually, maraming certificate naman tong phone na ito. Meron siyang Military Standard 810H certificate. Meron siyang SGS performance testing for drop resistance. And pinapromise din ni ITEL na this one can survive up to 2 meters na drop. Of course, di ko naman sinasabi sa dyan mo i-drop ngayon pag bagong bili mo. But of course, it can withstand ng mga ganitong klaseng aksidente in case nagka-aksidente nga talaga. Huwag sana mangyari. Kapag tinignan mo kanyang camera bump dito, you know what I mean, di ba? Yung kanyang design. Lalo pag color orange ang kinuha mo, eh talagang medyo hawig. Meron din pala siya IP69 dust water resistance and of course, meron siyang bagong technology na pinasok dito. Ang tawag kanya is the sonic ejection para sa underwater photography. Now, I'm not quite sure kasi di ko pa siya tinatry and di ako nakapag-hit ng swimming pool lately. The way I understand yung sonic ejection is that yung mga butas dito sa ilalim, pag once na nakamit sila ng tubig, mag-send siya ng sonic waves para hindi pumasok yung mga tubig inside ng mga butas dito. Like itong kanyang loudspeaker and kanyang USB Type-C port. So far, sila lang naman mga butas na nakita ko dito, no? Wala nang iba. And expect mo yung kanyang bezel is not one of the thinnest out there and medyo makapal din ang kanyang baba. So that's for the design. So gusto niyo malaman ang full complete spec sheet nitong ITEL Power 80? Ito na. Now, one of the things na siguro gusto mong malaman on a smartphone is yung kanyang reliability, especially if you're doing a lot of multitasking. Eh, kamusta naman ang performance nito? Knowing that this is just a 4 gigs of RAM plus 8 virtual memory, eh, okay naman. Medyo nakatulong naman yung 8 gigs of RAM if you want to open a little bit more apps compared sa the usual. If you are one of my follower, normally sinasabi ko naman, if you only have 4 gigs of RAM, the best you can open is 3 to 4 apps all at the same time. Pero if you go beyond that, mafe-feel mo na medyo nagiging sluggish na yung smartphone. Dahil yung mga apps, it takes up memory. Eh kung naubusan ka ng memory, so yung phone mo magiging sluggish talaga. Mafe-feel mo hang, mafe-feel mo lag, eh talagang normal lang yon. Kaya nga sinasabi ko lagi sa inyo, close the app if you don't need it. In that sense, kahit 4 gigs of RAM ka lang, eh okay lang. Kapag tinetest mo naman, swiping across, sa kanyang screen, okay naman, smooth naman, wala kang mga problema. Medyo marami na rin ako apps sinagay dito sa kanya, like mga PDF reader, yung mga Word documents, putting some games inside, AI, ChatGPT, and Claude, okay naman. It was able to work naman, wala naman naging problema. Medyo a little bit slower compared sa mga mid-range phone na ginagamit natin. Now, siguro the next thing na tatanong mo sa akin, ano nga bang processor nito? Tama na yung SAT-SAT. I know masyado kayo excited, and eto na, pakita ko sa inyo, ang kanyang processor is the Unisoc na T7250. And it was able to give me 363,000 points naman dito sa Antutu benchmark, which more or less nasa tama lang naman siya kasi this is a very budget-friendly na chip. Now, if you want to see the other benchmark na ginawa ko dito sa phone na ito, share ko muna sa inyo. Now, one of the core strength ng phone na ito, like sinabi naman nila, power 80, yung kanyang battery. Siyempre, it's supposed to pack a lot of power para sa iyo. Kaya nga power series itong phone na ito. 7,000 mAh ang kanyang battery. And it can support up to 18 watts na charging. I wouldn't say na it's fast charging kasi it's already 2026. Well, pag sinabi mo sa akin fast charging, at the very least, it should be mga 30 watts. Pero nevertheless, wala namang problema dito sa phone na ito. Nung kinargahan ko naman tong phone na ito using yung kanyang default na charger, it took me roughly an hour and 45 minutes to complete a full charging cycle, which is a bit slower compared sa normal. Pero hindi naman umaangal kasi malaki naman kanyang battery size, 7,000 And nung ginagamit ko naman tong phone na ito, if you can last me for 2 days, honestly, okay. Wala kang maging problema dito sa phone na ito. It can last you for 2 days without even charging. Basta you're using it normally kasi iba-iba naman ang pattern ng usage ng bawat isang tao. At the end of the day, sinabi naman sa akin ng PC Mark battery stress test, binigyan ako ng 22 hours na screen on time dito. Ang setting ko dito, naka-on ng Wi-Fi, naka-on ng Bluetooth, NFC, and all of the other things na kailangan ko buksan. Binuksan ko naman 50% brightness, 60 Hz na screen refresh rate, and ito ang result na nakuha natin. Now, pagdating sa kanyang screen, okay naman. Generous naman kanyang screen at 6.78-inch na IPS LCD. 720p ang kanyang maximum na kaya i-display. It has a 120Hz screen refresh rate and 700 nits ang kanyang maximum brightness. Pero, meron siyang bagong feature na tawag dito, Outdoor Booster and Brightness Enhancement. Basically, itong feature na ito is to enhance yung pagsagap mo ng network dito sa phone, better ang brightness para mabasa mo yung phone mo while you're outdoor, and better yung audio enhancement if you're outdoor. So, perfect siya if you're hiking, camping, if you're doing outdoor sports. This is definitely a good feature to have. Na nung tinry ko naman siya on outdoor, okay, I would say na okay naman, wala naging problema sa kanya. If you're trying to read mga messages on outdoor, trying to watch some videos on outdoor, dahil sa kanyang enhancement, well, honestly, wala akong naging problema. Kung nagbabrowse ka naman ng social media on this phone, be it on indoor and outdoor, okay naman, smooth naman siya with its 120Hz screen refresh rate. Loading shorts and reels is definitely fast. As long as you have a good reception ng signal, wala kang maging problema. And watching your favorite shows dito on YouTube, despite just 720p, it's still okay for me. Kayang-kaya mo naman mag-enjoy dito kahit at a little bit lower na resolution. Now, since naka-on ng ating audio volume enhancement, thanks to its AI feature dito, try lang natin magpatugtog, no, despite this one only has one loud varying speaker dito sa ilalim, pero pwede mo i-kick up to 300% maximum volume itong phone na ito. Oh, I'll make your lemonade daw, sabi ni Ayes pa. Anyways, yung ganun sound, I would say, not bad despite it only has one loud varying speaker, pagsipa niya 300%, no, and I would say na above average for me, not bad. So I did try to play 2 games dito kahit papaano. I was able to play PUBG and ML. Pagdating kay PUBG, honestly, not so bad naman ang aking gameplay dito. Though, at times, talaga may mafe-feel kang lags and frame drops dito. Lalo na kung medyo nagbabarilan na kayo, no? Medyo may slight delays na papansin ko. So, if you're into medyo competitive na gaming dito sa PUBG, having a T7250 isn't really something to be proud of. Kasi at the end of the day, baka isisi mo sa processor yung talo mo, And hindi ako masyadong lumayo dito sa game kasi medyo na-feel ko nga yung lag. And pag medyo ginagang up na ako ng mga kalaban, talagang di hamak na matatalo ka. So probably that's one downside ng having a T7-250 if you're trying to win some games. Pero overall naman, playable naman tong si PUBG. And okay naman ka ng touch response, okay lang naman ka ng sounds. Just don't expect too much sa kanya. And pinakamay nila inabot ko dito after an hour of gameplay, 41 degrees Celsius. And pagdating naman sa ML, nakapaglaro na ako ng maayos dito sa kanya, despite it is a T7250, just like I told you, overall gameplay is not so bad. Tinasa ko naman ka ng graphical settings and of course yung kanyang frame rate, though there are times na talagang mafe-feel mo ang kanyang lags and frame drops, lalo na kung medyo heavy na yung bakbakan, ako nagka-clash na kayo. Pero nevertheless, I'll tell you na mas maganda ilaro si ML compare sa PUBG dito sa phone na ito. Overall, okay naman ang aking gameplay. Wala naman masyadong reklamo. Of course, just setting my expectation dito sa kanya. Yung kanyang sound is just okay. Don't expect too much. Probably I'll tell you kung meron kang TWS, gamitin mo na lang siya. Mas maganda yung sound experience dito. And pinakamay nila inabot ko dito sa kanya after an hour of gameplay, 40 degrees Celsius. Now, quickly, pag-usapan lang natin ang kanyang camera dito. Despite tatlo ang kanyang camera ring dito sa likod, the other two are probably decoys lang or sensors. Meron siyang 50MP na main camera sensor which can shoot you up to 1080p and 30fps. And yung kanyang harap is a 8MP na sensor which can shoot you also up to 1080p and 30fps. Now, quickly checking some greens on outdoor. Masasabi ko siya, not so bad mga photos na capture ko dito sa kanya. Actually, the word here is decent, no? Expecting ko na medyo blurred and medyo unusable mga photos coming from this camera, but I was wrong. Okay, not bad. Mga photos na na-capture ko dito sa kanya, medyo sharp naman siya. Kahit itong orange na ito, I'm quite impressed din sa kanya. Now, if you go indoor, taking some mga signage shots, taking in some mga apparel shot, trying to take some signage, and mga low light shot like this one, I think not so bad naman siya overall. And I was able to take some food shot din naman dito, mga breads, mga food sa resto. Honestly, not bad, no? Not the best na masasabi ko sa inyo, but overall, kung nilulugar mo lang naman siya sa tama at 7999 or even lower, not bad dahil mga shots na na-capture ko dito. Surprisingly good for its price point. Pero pagdating naman sa kanya front-facing camera, don't expect too much kasi medyo namumuti ako and yung mga details, not much. Wala ka masyadong makita details. But there are still some photos like this one, no? I was quite surprised din dito sa kanya. Pag zoom ko, meron na, may mga details Pero there are other photos naman like this one. Pareho naman sila outdoor, pero ito halos parang wala ako ka-detail yung mukha ko. So, medyo hit and miss nga lang siya. Pagdating sa indoor, expect it to be a bit softer compared sa outdoor, so don't expect too much sa kanyang front-facing camera. Now, here's a quick video from the front-facing camera. 1080p and 30fps. Equally shaky and a little bit grainy. Kaya napansin ko sa kanya. And here's a video from the rear camera. Power 80. So right now I'm shooting at 1080p and 30fps using just my bare hand, and we're just going to pan around and try. Well, okay naman siya, no? Except na medyo shaky nga lang siya. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa ITEL Power 80? Quite powerful siya at its price point. Yung kanyang battery sobrang kunat, can last you 2 days, wala kang maging problema dito sa kanya. Yung kanyang camera is just okay, decent. You can play games on this one. Siguro pinaka-selling point na dito is yung kanyang toughness without adding yung extra weight. Drop resistant na siya, military standard na siya, meron siyang SGS, and lahat na ng certificate pwede mo ilagay sa kanya for being a tough phone without being thick. And probably the best of all dito sa kanya is a combination of both worlds. Meron kang design dito ng 17 Pro Max, and may design ka dito ng maleta na maraming pera. Ayos, di ba? So guys, kayo, anong tingin nyo dito sa ITEL Power 80? Are you willing to purchase this phone? Let me know in the comments, and of course, kung gusto nyo bumili nito phone na ito, I'll pop the link on the description box below, or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link para ma-redirect kayo at mabili nyo to ng official. And probably with vouchers pa coming from me. Of course guys, in-encourage ko you to like, subscribe dito sa aking channel so you don't miss out mga review ko just like this one, si ITEL Power 80. So paano guys, hanggang dito muna ako. I'll see you on my next video. Peace out. And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click nyo dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.